talked about T. Higgins. We've even talked about A.J. Brown, but we haven't talked about the West Coast wide receiver that could be available to New England this offseason. We're talking about Cooper Kupp. I know you guys know him because I have taken him in the first round of my fantasy draft every single year, and I'm sure you guys have as well. There's a reason for that. He has been stellar in the pass-catching game the last couple of seasons, but he has dealt with some injuries. What would it possibly take for New England to bring in Cooper Kupp and give Drake May the target of his dreams? Well, we're going to break that down here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here and hanging out with me. Now, I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys this quick question here before. I've asked you once already, but now that we're talking about Cooper Kupp, who is a trade target that New England should try and acquire? It doesn't have to be a wide receiver, but we are talking about wide receivers on today's show. So go on ahead and let me know in the comment section down below who you guys want in NFL free agency or as a trade target this upcoming year. All right, well, here's another reason why you guys should subscribe to today's channel. Because this upcoming content, the entire NFL offseason is going to be slam-packed. We're going to talk about cut candidates, targets, restructure candidates, free agency targets, trade rumors, draft, mock drafts, weekly mock drafts, and so much more. I want you guys to be a part of this and come join thousands of New England Patriots fans right here on this YouTube channel. So, Allie, why are we talking about Cooper Kupp? Because recently, an analyst did ask Cooper Kupp about his future with LA, and he had to say pretty much what every other player says when they're asked this exact same question. That's out of my control, and we will see what it's going to be. So, yeah, obviously, we'd love to be in LA, but I don't know what that's going to look like. Get ready to learn New England, buddy. You are a Patriot. No longer will you have the hot sun and the beaches. Get ready for the blizzards and the cold weather. He is such a Patriot. I know there's going to be a couple of teams out there vying for a guy like Cooper Kupp, but man, do we have the establishment to bring Cooper Kupp back to his reality. Obviously, growing up in Washington, he went to Eastern Washington University. He's not foreign to the cold. He understands it. And I just think that with all the opportunities that New England has right now, with all of the new head coaches, OCs, and DCs, this may be a pretty good destination for a guy like Cooper Kupp who really doesn't know where his next step in the NFL is going to be. Because there's no secret, he didn't have the year that he had typically had in Los Angeles. In fact, for the last 5 games, he really wasn't a top target or target at all, for that matter. The Eagles game, in the first round of the playoffs, 5 receptions, 7 targets, 61 yards. That was obviously the season high in these last 5 games. 29 yards, 29 yards, 24 yards, 0 yards. And you see the targets just kind of are around the same average here, 3, 3, 1, and then just had a heck of a game year 7, but they were also losing, so might as well just throw it because Cooper Kupp is probably down there. So Kupp is obviously not a top target in Los Angeles anymore. So for his next step in the NFL, why don't you come back and learn something a little bit different? Because even when I was watching these games, I'm thinking, man, why are they not throwing the Kupp? I feel like their Kupp's not getting any reps here. Well, I found this stat to be really interesting by Ryan Heath here, in that his average separation was ranked as wide receiver number 64. And when you look at that, compared to what he did the first 11 weeks, we've known that Cooper Kupp has dealt with injuries the last couple of seasons, but overall, when I saw the separation score, the first thing that popped in my mind was, damn, he might be a little bit too old. I'm watching him run, and he's just slow. He doesn't run routes the same way that Puka Nacua does, or Demarcus Robinson. So when I realized that they weren't targeting him, I thought maybe they were just done with him in the offense. But really, it's not so much that they weren't trying to get him the ball. It's because he wasn't getting open to receive that ball. And Puka Nacua has been a hell of a wide receiver. Hell, I drafted Nacua this year over Kupp in my fantasy draft. So I think with now having Nacua and Demarcus Robinson, and there's one thing the playoffs taught us, is that if Tyler Higbee goes out, they apparently have 3 other tight ends that they can run in the pass-catching scheme. I just don't think that Cooper Kupp has a place in LA anymore. That's all right. You know, things come and go, man. It's understandable. But I also noticed that he tended to have a little connection here with a guy in New England. Now, keep in mind, Kendrick Bourne actually reached out here to Cooper Kupp, who was talking about his future with LA, and he said, "Come to New England, Cooper Kupp. We'll take care of you, LOL, all the targets." Obviously, we don't have a top wide receiver in New England. Cooper Kupp would be the top wide receiver. As of right now, Kendrick Bourne and Cooper Kupp did play together at Eastern Washington University. They are boys. And we've got him publicly saying, "Come play for the Patriots." I'm all on board with it. I think that would be a really cool move for Mike Vrabel in his first year as the Patriots head coach. But I will ask you guys this right here. Trade for Cooper Kupp, type T for trade, type P for pass. Let me know in the comment section down below. Up next, I'm going to tell you guys real quick about a Cooper Kupp trade idea that I think a lot of fans would be very, very happy with. But before I jump into what it would take to get Cooper Kupp to New England, let me tell you guys about our sponsor on today's show, which is Game Time. This is the #1 way to get tickets to any sporting event, comedy show, maybe even a concert. If you guys want to go with yourself, your friends, or maybe just bring your family, we know that Valentine's Day is coming up. If you guys are looking for a good Valentine's Day gift, nothing says I love you more than quality time. So if you guys want to use Game Time, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get 110% lowest price guaranteed. You're also going to get all-in pricing up front. That way you guys know exactly what you're paying for at the checkout. No surprise fees once you hit that cart button. And you know that you are going to get your view from your seat in the app before you buy. Of course, the Boston Celtics, the Boston Bruins, they're playing right now. New England Patriots play a little bit later this year. And the Red Sox are right around the corner. So if you guys want to go check any of them out in real time, I highly suggest downloading the Game Time app using promo code using promo code ChatSports is to get you guys $20 off your first time buying tickets while terms apply. Again, use promo code ChatSports. Once you download the app, this will give you guys $20 off your first time buying tickets while terms do apply. What time is it? It is game time. I would love to have Cooper Kupp in New England. I think this would be a hell of a steal. I know that he's towards the back end of his career, but this is a guy that has proven to have very steady hands, very great pass-catching abilities. Even on-body, off-body, Cooper Kupp really is the whole package. But the only thing I'll say here with him being towards the end of his career is that I don't think Cooper Kupp can be your only move anymore. I don't think that this is going to be a big enough blockbuster trade to put New England on the map. It's not like a T. Higgins. It's not like an Amon-Ra St. Brown. Cooper Kupp, not as great as he used to be, and that's all right. Life goes on. But I do think that if he does come to New England, this could attract more receivers' eyes or maybe your offensive lineman eyes and come to Patriots to play for Mike Vrabel. But if Cooper Kupp is the lone move we make this offseason, that's not going to be enough. I do think it would be a good addition, but I am always looking for something more. Because when you look at what Kupp has done over the last 4 seasons, it does start to stand out that, maybe those injuries really did take a toll. Because the 2024 stats, he had 100 targets, 67 receptions, 710 yards, and 6 tutties. Awesome. But I'm not just looking at the yards and the targets and the receptions. Look at the games played. 12, 9. I haven't seen him play a full season since 2021, and of course that was almost a 2,000-yard season for Cooper Kupp. So knowing that he is kind of struggling with just staying on the field, that's why I say if you want to make this move for Kupp, you are going to have to make something else to accompany Kupp to New England. And what his contract looks like right now, here's why the Rams might be willing to part ways with Cooper, whether it's in a trade or whether it's they just completely cut him and save some money. If they do cut him pre-June 1st, they'll save $7.5 million. If they cut him after June 1st, they'll save $15 million. But right now, he's taking a 2025 cap hit of almost $30 million. If they trade him, they would save $12 million. So there is a lot going into Cooper Kupp's contract that could possibly adhere another team to make something happen. But you also have to keep in mind that the Rams, if they do want to make a deal, they might be a little bit more lenient. Something to note is that the Rams did discuss trading Kupp away November of 2024 by the NFL trade deadline. They shopped him. But they were also bargaining a little bit higher of a deal, a second-round pick. I don't think a lot of teams are really willing to give that up for Kupp, who hasn't played the full season in the last 3 years. The Rams even offered to pay partial his salary if they ended up getting that second-round pick out of him. So they might be willing to bargain the same way that they did in November by the trade deadline. Because like I said, I think New England's probably going to be the most desperate to get a guy like Cooper Kupp just because of what we're dealing with right now in New England. I mean, this is sad. Demario Douglas, I've grown to love him. The man is happy as a clam, but he's not your top receiver in any franchise. He's a very complimentary receiver to a quick passing game. Jalen Polk, next. Kayshon Boutte, yeah, he's all right in the go routes. Kendrick Bourne also proved to get a little bit more action towards the end of the season, but this is nothing sexy, guys. We need a name, something to give Drake May an experienced target to help him continue to grow. But I do have a concern. Is Cooper Kupp washed? I don't want to give away something in a trade package and have him play 6 games max, and in those games, he doesn't really do anything and push the needle for us. I do think there is some leverage to his name that may adhere to other free agents or possible trades, saying, hey, we got Cooper Kupp. You know, A.J. Brown, you be wide receiver 1, Cooper Kupp be wide receiver 2. That sounds like a good duo. But, you know, that says Copper Kupp, too. That's crazy. Anyways, is Cooper Kupp washed? Type Y for yes, type N for no in the comment section down below. I'll tell you guys what it would take, and you may not hate this. This is just what I have cooked up here. It's a 4th-round pick this year. I talked to Jack Sperry, the host of Steelers and Commanders Report here at Chat Sports, and he said they might want to really soak in the last maybe good year of Matthew Stafford and want to grab somebody this year. So I said, look, if you're going to take a 2026 pick, I'll give you a 3rd. But if you're going to take a this year pick to get Cooper Kupp, I'll give you a 4th. If you want it right now, go down a level. If you want it next year, we'll go up to a 3rd. But still, some NFL teams may not give up this much even for Cooper Kupp. So it had to be the Patriots. See if they really want to set that bargain and see if Kupp is really worth it at this point in his career. And ultimately, I do. Because of how bad our wide receiver room is right now, I think a guy like Cooper Kupp, if anything, will give Drake May experience and help him grow with a target that has been as reliable as that former MVP has in the past. I'm taking this deal. I am signing Cooper Kupp, and I think I would be pretty happy with it, at least until he shows me that he is washed. But until then, I'm taking it. If anything happens right here, going ahead, hit that sub button for me if you guys haven't already. Trade deadline, anything that goes down, we'll talk about it right here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. All you guys have to do is subscribe.